Rising up to meet the Greensboro skyline is a new piece of public art. This is the work of hundreds of volunteers, hundreds of artists of all ages and all skill levels. It's called Rise Together Greensboro, and it really shows the heart of our city. Charlie Brower is the artist behind Rise Together Greensboro. Tell us how you put this together.
Well, physically how we put it together are these heavy-duty cable ties. They're 250-pound test, and they have a lot of strength, and so we tie each ladder to another ladder, and it makes a strong structure.
How many ladders?
The number of ladders right now are, I think the latest count was 306. There's more coming in today. There's lots of them in the building next door here that are decorated by school children and other organizations, and those will go on last.
You've done how many of these sculptures around the country?
This will be the 12th one. We've done them to Grand Rapids, Michigan, Allentown, Pennsylvania, St. Louis, Atlanta, Chattanooga, Wilmington, here. Yeah.
How did the idea strike you?
Well, I sometimes answer it by saying I learned about how to do this in Sunday school class. And for kind of two reasons. One is that we sang the song, "We Are Climbing Jacob's Ladder," and we all went through the motions of ourselves climbing, and I think somehow we got the idea that we were on this kind of journey of going somewhere. And then I also remember being taught that above all the commandments, Jesus said, "Love your neighbor as yourself." So, those two things are really like embedded in the heart of what this is, because we've just gone to the community and said, if you lend us your ladder, whether you're a family, a school, an individual, an organization, corporations, banks, or homeless organizations, we want you to lend your ladders together. We're going to tie them all together, leaning on each other, supporting each other, and making what we think is like an ideal community. And I think that we all have that belief that that's what a community should do, but we don't always achieve it completely. But through art, we can kind of do like a one-time representation of, yes, this is what we agree we should be doing, kind of, yeah.
And it's a piece of art from afar, but then close up, it's lots of pieces of art.
Right. I think also the whole idea of where the art is in this, it's partly a visual thing. A man was driving by in a nearby street, and he pulled up here while we were working, and he said, "So, what's going on here?" And I told him, explained where the ladders had come from, and immediately he got the concept, and he said, "I know some Girl Scouts. I'm going to tell them about it, and they might want to participate." And from that, I could tell that visually the thing is interesting enough to attract attention. And with a little information, the meaning of it is conveyed, and people can get that.
What does it mean for you, seeing this come together, seeing the individual pieces, and then the finished product, the one?
Well, having done this in a number of communities, I find out that communities are similar in lots of ways, and but they're also different, and they all have their individual things, and we try especially to try to get parts of the community that are unique to Greensboro in here. But I think above all for me, the satisfaction that I get from this is the sort of reminder that communities are strong and mutually supportive places. At least they can be. And I find a lot of those things happening in a community when I do this.
What have you learned about Greensboro just by virtue of our ladders?
One of the things that happened here is the Ace Hardware on the north side said, "Hey, we'll sell ladders at cost. If anybody wants to buy one and participate in the project, they can buy it here, and they'll have it in the sculpture. And then they can either, have that ladder as a nice new ladder to use at home, or they can say, we don't want it back, and we've agreed with Habitat for Humanity, any ladder that somebody doesn't want back will go to them." I've noticed kind of a generosity here, and as the idea was snowballing through the community in a way, some funny thing to say on a warm day like this, but it gathered steam, and people wanted to started saying towards the end, can we still be part of it? And so we got lots of ladders in the last few days.
Please don't climb on the ladders, but you can walk all around the sculpture. You can even walk inside it. And in fact, you're going to want to walk inside it because this is where you get to see the heart of the project. Those little details that make each ladder individual and so very special and make this project truly Greensboro's own. This is public art, but it's just temporary art. Charlie comes back on September 28th to take it down, so come and see it before then. You just have to come to Lindsey Street between Elm and Summit in downtown Greensboro.